G'day guys, I'm Shaun Savage from Streaker Marine in Melbourne, Victoria, and today we've got a pretty awesome opportunity. We get to have a bit of a walkthrough on the new Yellowfin Plate, which is the 580 folding hardtop. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump aboard this beauty, go through some features in it, and just show you why it's such a special boat and why it might suit you and your family. So what we're going to do is we'll start from the front here. The boat itself, most boats are, I suppose, but the boat itself is built to run a drum winch. So at Streaker Marine, we run a stress-free anchor winch. They're made in Adelaide. They fit in there fantastic, and the actual bowsprit's designed to suit a Saka bow anchor. So with the, you don't have to run the actual Saka bow anchor and plate on the top there anymore. It's all custom made to suit that. So as we go along the front here, you'll see with these new folding hard tops, there's such an awesome design and they're so well thought out. It's something that they've had a bit of time to play with, a bit of time to work on, and I think they've come up with really good features in it. A few little things I'll show you now. It's got a really cool little lip here. So when you do get a bit of spray and crosswash coming through, that spray's really going to hit this before it can really get inside the boat there. So it's something that's just going to keep the dash a little bit drier. The actual folding hardtop also has double straps, so one strap either side and double locking pins here. So when it's in its folded position, which we'll do in a moment, and you're towing down the highway, it's actually in a really good tight position, and it's something that you can do the higher Ks down the highway, and it's going to be really solid. It's not going to have any issues in the longevity as you use it. Other cool thing they've done is they've cooperated their rocket launcher here with another spray deflector. So the cool thing that you get with Yellowfin Plate boats is the guy that actually builds, designs and welds the boat, they're all fishermen. They all use these things. They've had so many years of experience building this stuff and using this stuff. They realize what boats need and what boats work with certain things. Another thing they've done with their new Yellowfin plate range is they've got unpainted gunwale wells here. So the actual top deck has your drink holders or your sinker holders, your flush mount rod holders, your non-slip for when you're getting in. Beautiful two-tone paint, but you've got the non-painted gunnels there. So when you are parking up against jetties and everything, the boats is so much easier to use and to take care of over time. So we'll jump aboard, and when I jump aboard, something I really want you to notice is the stability of the boat. So my toes are dangling over the side here, and if you put a ball in the middle there, she's not going to be in a hurry to come over to this side. The stability of these boats is just amazing. The reason why is you really can't beat width in a boat when you're looking for stability. Yellowfin Plate, when you do your homework, you'll realize how wide these boats are, and there's so many benefits of having a boat that's just that little bit wider. What you'll get out of it, again, is your stability at rest. When you've got family moving around in the boat, it's just not rocking around, it's just so comfortable. The other thing I'm gonna have is just so much room through the dash here. So when you jump in the boat and you see the width here, you'll see there's just a sea of room between these two massive driver's seats. So they haven't skimped on the width of the driver's seats. They're unreal driver's seats, but the width in here is just ridiculous. When you look through the entry of the cabin here, you could be 6 foot tall and comfortably get in here and sit. I'm just under 6 and I've got so much headroom here, and I don't have to duck for a long time to stand up. I can really stand up from here. So when it is a bit choppy and the boat's moving around, I don't have to be crawling to get out of the cabin. I've just got so much room. The other cool thing about that is if you are tending to be a little bit seasick every now and then, the fresh air that comes through this cabin here and the natural light and the breeze and everything just really flows through the boat super nice. The cool thing I love about this boat, and it's just been so well thought out, is the dash. When you look at the dash, the things that really excite me particularly is this is a 9-inch HDS Live, and it looks like a 5-inch to me. That is just, it's like a pimple in an ocean, that particular HDS 9 there on this dash. So you can run comfortably Yamaha Command Link gauges here, or a CL7, which is a 5 or a 7-inch gauge. You could run as much as a 16-inch screen on this dash here. So if it's the sort of thing that you do a lot of fishing and you are into your electronics, this is a smorgasbord of a dash there. You can run whatever you like. The other really cool thing is this flat section here. Everyone's got water bottles, they've got car keys, they've got phones. options. This flat section here is somewhere where you can put your gear that's not vertical. It's a nice flat section there, and you can also retrofit more things in here. So if you want to run to more drink holders or a little lockable glove box or something, this is the sort of spot we can do it. We've got another great little glove box here. Again, getting back to the same thing, that comes back to the width of the boat. They haven't skimped on the dash width here, and I've still got more room to run a nice little glove box on this side. So it's the sort of thing that you're not looking for key little small function things inside the boat. The boat is so big for a 5.8 meter that we just have so much room to make really well thought out options. With these seats which we've got here, when we spin these guys around, another thing I love in this boat is my footrest. So when I'm in this seated position here, which realistically, especially down in Melbourne when we're snapper fishing, I can sit here, my feet aren't dangling, I'm in a super comfortable seat, I've got plenty of room to the driver's side there, I can put my feet up here. It's a sort of boat you can spend all day in and be super duper comfortable. The cool thing that they've also done is to make that big cabin and that really nice driving position where the steering wheel's just in such a good spot when I'm driving. That obviously means that the deck's got to be reasonably high. The problem with high decks is that's always hard to fit in the garage. But if you look at this hinge here, this windscreen, when we remove these guys here, is fully collapsible. So this windscreen here will actually fold back to the back of the boat, which means our highest point won't be the top of the windscreen, it'll be much lower. So that will solve our garage issues. So if you are looking at a new plate boat and you'd love to have a hard top, it's a sort of thing that you've really got to spend a bit of time in and appreciate the quality of this boat. This is the 1%ers that are in it. The way that the paint's done, the way that the floor is fully welded the whole way across, the way they do their marine core flooring. So what that basically means is they've looked at these plate boats, they've over-engineered it to a 1/10 of the degree of every little bit under the floor is just so well catered for, and it's like a superstructure under there. So when you're going along and you might be in a quarter or a half a meter chop doing your 40, 50 kilometers an hour, there's no tattering of that water clapping under the hull. The boat is fully foam filled, so it's super quiet and it's safe, but the actual marine core structure under the floor just basically means that the boat is built to handle those big offshore conditions so much more comfortably than what you initially think about with a plate boat. So if you were initially thinking I'm going to get a fiberglass boat because I can't handle that plate ride, I really would recommend to get your bum in one of these things and just experience how good these things are in the water. So thank you for your time. I'm glad we've had a bit of a look through. If you've got any more questions, we're from Streaker Marine in Melbourne and would love to give you a hand.